Novak Djokovic has an edge on his rivals with the French Open looming. Novak Djokovic seems to have made the right decision by skipping several tournaments, including the Madrid Open. By limiting his schedule, the world number one has been able to keep himself fit and fresh ahead of the French Open while his biggest threats for the title are falling apart, with Carlos Alcaraz, Jannik Sinner and Daniil Medvedev all raising injury fears. Djokovic has only played 4 events this year and is gearing up for his 5th at the Italian Open, where he is a 6-time champion. The 36-year-old opted to skip this week's Masters 1000 in Madrid, and it's a gamble that paid off, as several players coincidentally got injured at the tournament, including his 3 main rivals. Alcaraz missed the Monte Carlo Masters and Barcelona Open with a forearm injury. He reached the quarterfinal in Madrid, where he admitted that the arm had been bothering him during the match. And 2 days later, he pulled out of Rome. Today I did some tests and I have a muscle edema in my pronator teres, a consequence of my recent injury, the world number 3 announced. Meanwhile, Sinner was forced to withdraw from the Madrid Open ahead of his quarterfinal match. The 22-year-old was seen stretching his hip and taking painkillers during his third-round win over Pavel Kotov and managed to recover in time to face Karen Khachanov the following day. But he couldn't continue his campaign and pulled out of the tournament on doctor's advice, explaining that his hip had slowly been getting more painful. Then, on Saturday, Sinner pulled out of his home tournament. He said, "It is not easy to write this message, but after speaking again with the doctors and specialists about my hip problems, I have to announce that unfortunately I will not be able to play in Rome." Medvedev, the reigning champion in Rome, is also in doubt to return for his title defense. The world number 4 suddenly felt something in his hip during his Madrid Open quarterfinal against Jiří Lehecka on Thursday night. He called the physio just 5 games into the match and had an off-court medical timeout. The 28-year-old continued playing but retired after losing the first set 6-4. He later explained that he had no clue whether it was an injury or a spasm, or whether it would prevent him from competing in the Italian Open.